Nurmagomedov really dropping bombs now with those.
Khabib, a former lightweight champion of the UFC, sat in his cousin's corner during the fight and offered words of encouragement as the younger fighter, who was 26 years old, made quick work of his opponent from the United States. Who is Khabib's cousin? And will he be ready to dominate the UFC? Let's find out. After Umar Nurmagomedov had victories over Brian Kelleher and Sergey Morozov, he now has the perfect record of 15 wins and 0 losses.
It is another win. He is so well with his wrestling
In his professional career, and a perfect record of 3 wins and 0 losses in the UFC.
Oh, he needs a finish. It's over.
In order to earn himself a victory by unanimous decision, the fighter from Dagestan displayed the remarkable grappling and wrestling ability that we have come to expect from members of the Nurmagomedov family. After a dominant performance against Nate Maness on Saturday night, Umar Nurmagomedov increased his win run to 15 in a row, making him the cousin of UFC legend Khabib Nurmagomedov.
And it wouldn't be a bad stoppage.
It is right there.
Umar Nurmagomedov is a Russian mixed martial artist who was born on January 3, 1996. He is participating in the bantamweight division of the Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC at the present time.
Again, boom, just perfect wheel kick.
The Eagle Fighting Championship and the Professional Fighters League were 2 of the tournaments in which he had participated in the past. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Brian Kelleher. Umar Nurmagomedov, the cousin of Khabib Nurmagomedov, competed against Brian Kelleher, an up-and-coming contender, in the preliminary bouts of UFC 272. Umar was the focus of everyone's attention going into this bout, and he was coming off of an impressive victory.
Oh, and again, Anderson goes down for a second.
Against Sergey Morozov. He also attended to keep his perfect record intact by winning this fight as well. Before this bout, Khabib expressed his faith in his crew in a post on his Instagram account and wished the team the best of success. Brian was looking for something more from this fight, and he was aware that Khabib would be representing Umar. He solicited Khabib's most sworn adversary, Conor McGregor, to join him in his corner preparations. He was relieved that Conor did not respond in any way to the call for help that had been sent.
$4.2 billion, that's what I'm worth to this company.
The fight began precisely like we had anticipated it would. Umar and Brian took control of the center of the octagon, and Umar began the fight by delivering a pair of kicks. Brian seemed unmoved by the kick, and in response, he gave his opponent a kick of his own. Umar was prepared to maintain his ground and exchange blows with Brian when he connected with another head kick and then a punch. Umar Nurmagomedov wasted no time on group and got the win via rear naked choke. Kelleher needed some time to get his business going, but once he did, he came up with a stunning combination. After delivering a knee, Umar was able to break the clinch and escape his grasp.
Congratulations, sir. Umar Nurmagomedov.
Umar attempted a takedown, but it was successfully defended. Kelleher could see that he was going to lose this round, and this caused him to become irritable. He went in with a reckless combo, and Umar took him down without wasting any time at all. Umar forced Kelleher to fight in the position he desired, and then he slid his arm right under his opponent's chin to establish a rear naked choke. Kelleher attempted to throw him off, but Umar had him in a variety of precarious situations, and Brian had no choice but to tap. The performance left Khabib more than satisfied, while Umar returned with the most significant victory of his UFC career. At UFC 272, Sergey Spivak gets his victory streak back on track by putting an end to Greg Hardy with some savage ground and pound.
This is not good. This could be it right here.
The main event of UFC 272 will begin with a matchup between 2 of the sport's most decorated heavyweights, Sergey Spivak and Greg Hardy. T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada is the location of UFC 272, which takes place in Nevada. The main event of the evening is a welterweight bout between Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal, which is sure to be exciting.
There's a nice low kick.
Beautiful low kick.
Heavyweight action kicks off the main card with a matchup between 2 of the sport's most decorated competitors going head-to-head. Both the competitors have recently suffered defeats before to this battle.
Brown did say to Masvidal at the end of that.
This match is especially difficult for Greg Hardy, who has recently suffered 2 knockout defeats. The first was brought up against Tai Tuivasa, and the second was brought up against Marcin Tybura. It's interesting to note that Sergey Spivak has previously triumphed against Tai Tuivasa, indicating that this battle won't be easy for Hardy.
Train to it, you recognize that right away.
In the first main card fight of the evening, let's see who gets his hand raised and wins the battle. After a little more than a minute and a half had passed in the opening round, Nurmagomedov secured his first takedown of the evening, and his pressure continued to absolutely suffocate Manis throughout the fight. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Michael Bisping. During the 15-minute match, the 26-year-old opponent landed 128 strikes compared to the American's 46, and only allowed Manis to score 2 important strikes. When the British UFC legend Michael Bisping questioned the Dagestani fighter about when he anticipates earning a title shot,
UFC middleweight champion!
Considering his impressive streak, the Dagestani fighter predicted that he would have a couple more fights before challenging for the belt. This prediction was made in response to Michael Bisping's question. Following Umar's dominant performance at UFC 272, Michael Bisping has lately been heard waxing poetic about the Russian fighter. According to The Count, the current bantamweight champion of the UFC is the new Khabib Nurmagomedov, who served as his coach. Michael Bisping stated during a recent episode of the Believe You Me podcast with Anthony Smith that the qualities that Nurmagomedov possesses would undoubtedly make him a title challenger in any division in which he competes. Umar, the cousin of Khabib, has been cornered by the former lightweight champion of the Ultimate Fighting Championship during his matches in the UFC.
It looked like with that lead hand that dropped Tavares.
His coach, known simply as the Eagle, has never been absent from his workouts and has been instrumental in preparing him to go to the top of the bantamweight class in the UFC. He's a tough guy, but I'm pleased I won, Nurmagomedov stated after the fight. I believe that either after my next bout or the fight after that, I'll be ranked in the top 10. After, we shall see. I am ready. Even if they tell me tomorrow that I have to fight for the championship belt, I'm prepared to do it. Umar Nurmagomedov knocks out Harney Barcelos with a sneaky punch. Umar Nurmagomedov has continued the unbeaten trend that he, Khabib Nurmagomedov, a former UFC lightweight champion, and Usman Nurmagomedov, the current Bellator lightweight champion, have all possessed. Umar Nurmagomedov scored an impressive knockout victory to start off the main card of the UFC Fight Night event that took place in Las Vegas on Saturday night. From the minute the fight began, Nurmagomedov confused Barcelos with a diversified attack style that kept him off balance. A number of different methods, including sharp punches and front kicks to the head and torso, were utilized by Nurmagomedov in order to conceal his movement. In the closing 20 seconds of the first round, Nurmagomedov initiated a sequence that ended the fight and required a replay to fully understand what had taken place. Then Nurmagomedov moved in and attempted a knee to the head, but it was unsuccessful.
He lands the, and it was just he followed through.
Immediately after that, he followed up with a sneaky left hand that knocked Barcelos out. The ground and pound shots that came next were decisive but were unneeded. During his post-fight interview with UFC analyst Paul Felder, Nurmagomedov admitted that he had no idea how he landed the blow.
Out for Umar Nurmagomedov.
Felder was the one conducting the interview. In an effort to quickly turn things around, Nurmagomedov issued a challenge to anyone in the UFC bantamweight division to fight him in the month of March. With his first knockout victory in the UFC and his second knockout victory overall, Nurmagomedov extended his record to 16-0. The combined records of Umar Nurmagomedov, Usman Nurmagomedov 16-0, and Khabib Nurmagomedov 29-0 in mixed martial arts competition are now 61-0. What do you think of this video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.